Well, hey there, guys. It's Ken Lawson, Renaissance Man, and I am back with Alter Bridge. I happen to really like Alter Bridge, but I haven't heard that many songs from them. Uh, of course, like Blackbird, and I can't remember. I like Miles Kennedy's voice a lot. I mean, I just think he has a great voice. And of course, the band I know is made up from members from Creed, but I think they're a much better band with Miles at the head of it. Sorry to any Creed fans, but that's just my opinion. Um, I did Blackbird with my brother. I had already seen it, and I unfortunately picked the wrong version. I thought it was a Royal Albert Hall one, but it was not. This one is. And so it's Words Darker Than Their Wings, and it has the orchestra. So, really looking forward to this. Really hope I enjoy it. I'm sure I will. All right, guys. Let's jump into it. If you want to support me on Patreon, please do. Right now, my channel is loaded with female artists, but I'm trying to uh, get a little more diverse, but that's just kind of what happened because after I did some, then the fan bases started requesting others, and then those fan bases, and it just grew and grew and grew. But at heart, I'm always going to be a rock guy. Most of my classic, bands that I just love are male led, because it's like Judas Priest and, Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and that kind of thing, and Tool. But we're getting there, although my favorite band is The Warning. Let's get back into it and see how this goes.
We have a special treat for y'all. And there's a song that we've had in our catalog for, when was this made? 7 years, something like. It's been around for 7 years. We recorded it on AB3.
Yeah, it's 7 years.
Fans have been asking for a long, long time. When are you going to play this one special song? It's this one song. And these guys are like, Miles doesn't want to play it. Whatever. He thinks there's a high note at the end. He's a big baby.
Is that how they talk?
So, I'm going to man up. I'm manning up. I'm manning up.
You can do it.
You guys want to hear Words Darker Than the Wings or what?
You can do it.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
I just feel he brought so much to that band with having the extra guitar, and I don't know if the original singer played guitar, but I don't think he did. That looks similar to my guitar. I'll show it to you in a minute.
You say you are right. I hope that I'm wrong.
Starting off already up high.
I know that you tried, but still it is gone.
Ooh.
Just don't you lose hope. I swear I never dreamed that we're alone.
I don't think I've seen him sing.
I swear I still believe, oh, I don't know.
What is his name? I think it's Mark Tremonti. Is that right? I love having the dual voices. Nice little side stick. I like that the orchestra is coming up slowly. Love that. It's wow. jumping right up there for that. Oh, I'm gonna go back. Oh, I'm already halfway through. I need to be stopping more than that. Hold on. Just so you all can see, I finally got my first PRS guitar. I've wanted one forever. And as you can see, similar finish, not the same one, but it came matte. So I went ahead and polished it up because I thought matte didn't really work for me. But I'm so happy to have one finally. But anyway, I love that they didn't just jump in orchestra big right up front. They're letting it build into it. And I don't know if they used any kind of orchestra or strings or anything on the album, but really nice. And I'll talk about the lyrics here in a minute. I'm going to bring them up over here, and I'll read through them on my next stoppage. Okay. All right, let's go back. I want to hear it build into that section that I was not expecting. I thought they were just going to go back to the verse. I love his accents with the da-da. That's what that second guitar brings you, you know? I really like his voice. A nice job of hitting that. Oh, I like that dun dun dun. It's a great touch of jumping to that really high note. Boy, the orchestra is just filling space. It's not dominating the performance. I really like that. Boy, his voice sounds great. Wow, that is just a full orchestra. Ooh. Want to go back and hear that? There was a nice little bass run that came down into this next. Really pretty. Let me look at the lyrics real quick, because I had seen, I looked to see what album it was from, so I knew what time frame it was from, and I did see the general gist of just that it was that in a way this is like a theological discussion from different sides of religion and all of that, because I think it said Miles was raised possibly Catholic, and that he's gotten away from that some, and I assume Mark Tremonti, I think they said something about him being more optimistic and looking at things in positive ways, and it's kind of having a conversation of two different approaches and things like that. From what I gather and looking at the lyrics, that's what it looks like, is somebody who's maybe started to lose their faith and the other person going, no, don't lose your faith, things will get better. That's what I get from the lyrics. Okay, let's get back into it. I just love the way the few songs I've heard, I like the way they structure them and that sometimes they go unexpected places. That's a good looking orchestra behind them. I notice rock people do that a lot. If they're going to have an orchestra, they. I like the way they dress too. You know, that it's like guys playing in a bar, you know, or it's nice to hear him down there at that part. Great sounding cymbals, by the way. Hard not to sing along. Wow, look at this big old kettle drums and oh, what a nice chord choice there for that descending line. But look at that, one pretty orchestra. Dude. Wow. Okay, I'm backing that up. That's one of the things that I do pretty well is the high notes like that. But he just nailed those so cleanly. I'm not as good at them as he is. But what I love is after he hits them, the look from Mark over there. Just that look of respect, dude. But yeah, it's funny how often, when you see rock orchestras, they almost always go, okay, we're building the prettiest orchestra we can find. Whereas, other types of music and all that, they're just like, we'll get an orchestra. But, and whoever exists within it. And who knows, maybe this is, but I think it's just a rock thing. The one thing I will say is I almost wish the orchestra at this point was up a little bit more when they're doing those kettle drums and the bells and all that stuff. I almost wish they were a little bit more up, maybe off in the sides of the mix to give that flavor. Love the lighting on this too. Wow. And his connection between the two. Look at that. There is nothing like finishing a song like that that's that vocally challenging and have it go off so well that at the end you're like, oh, well, I nailed that. Why are they applauding? You talk about it deserving a standing ovation.
Thank you so much.
That little sheepish grin there. Talking about the kind of look of affirmation from Mark Tremonti over there after he hit all those notes and looking like, yeah, damn right. I was in a band for a long time with a guy that it's funny, I almost never saw him compliment singers. Actually, he was always short on giving out compliments and all that. So when you got him, you were really appreciative of him. But there would be songs that I would go through, and every once in a while it'd be like challenging song, and you just nail it and you're feeling it. And and you finish up and you're like, wow, that was awesome, to yourself. And then he'd be like, okay, what do we want to do next? And it's so deflating in a way. So if you're in a band and you hear your guitar player or singer, because I was always like, dude, that was an awesome solo, that sounded great. Nice bass run. I'm real complimentary in a band. But if you're in a band, don't underestimate the power of a compliment to your other bandmates to keep the camaraderie there and not make them feel like they're just being taken for granted. Okay? Do that thing. Even if it's just that little look that he gave of just like, mm-hmm, you know, do those things. So there we go. I, of course, love the shit out of it. Why wouldn't I? It had everything that I love. And Miles' voice, to me, like when he went and started singing for Guns N' Roses, I thought that was the best those songs had sounded, and actually probably the best they've ever sounded to me. Because Axl Rose, I think, has a really good voice, but at times it's missing some of the depth that Miles has in his voice. Um, but that's just a personal preference. Uh, what can you say? And you talk about a nice meeting of, an established band and adding someone new. It's like when Journey went and added Steve Perry to a band that already existed, and then it took them to a next level. Creed was already popular, but even though Alter Bridge, I don't think has had the same level of success of radio hits, I think musically I enjoy them more. So, anyway, that's it for today, guys. You all have a great day, great night, great life. See you next time. Bye.